Oh boy, everyone. Kathleen Kennedy is finally retiring from Lucasfilm. At an unspecified date. Maybe this year. Right, so nothing has changed between yesterday and today. Look, I see a lot of people celebrating Kathy Kennedy's retirement like a blood-born boss has been felled. I don't mean to be the bringer of bad news, but if you're celebrating, you might not be paying attention. Welcome to The Pondering. I am the real-life fake wizard. If this video brings you any value at all, I invite you to subscribe to this channel, where we're posting new videos nearly every day. Ding dong, the witch is dead, except not really. This is not a victory in any possible way. Let's look at the details here. Kennedy took over in 2012 with the Lucasfilm-Disney merger. Since then, she's been the president, overseeing all the films and television shows. The value of the Star Wars IP has radically declined in these 13 years of tenure. Vacation destinations have failed, movies have underperformed at the box office, and nearly every single Disney Plus show has lower ratings than the season before it. Not even the video games are predictable moneymakers anymore, and there are arguments to be made that the lack of Star Wars toy sales contributed in part to Toys R Us's failure in the United States. All of this under Kathy Kennedy's leadership, right? Sure, but just because she's leaving doesn't mean it's all going to get better. Nor should it. Nor do I want it to, or care. The damage has been done over 13 long years, and it's not just Kathy Kennedy involved. The writers, the marketing professionals, the journalists telling you you're a bigot for criticizing the company, the influencer shills running damage control, and the rest of the corporate echelon are all responsible for Star Wars' downfall. Kathleen Kennedy is more of an idea than a person. She is the target of all the ridicule from people who are legitimately saddened by the state of their favorite legends. But it's more than just her. Everyone targets her because, well, that's kind of her job. She's the boss at the top, which means she takes responsibility for the wins and the losses. But the rot inside of Star Wars and Marvel and Disney and Californian storytelling runs deep. It's not just her. It's the peons doing all the heavy lifting. Kathleen Kennedy doesn't have a writing credit on The Acolyte. She didn't hold the camera for Rise of Skywalker. She certainly didn't come up with Baby Yoda. She's a massive part of the production process. Do not get me wrong. But to say she's the ultimate 4D chess-playing mastermind is inaccurate. She's just the face of the hate machine known as Disney. When you're upset about something, you feel like someone has done you wrong, you want to fight back, right? You want to let them know. And that's not saying to be aggressive or confrontational. I mean, even when someone says something that upsets you, you want to say, hey, that upset me, knock it off. Human beings want to feel like they're being heard. And in this case, there is no one person to address our pains with. The company isn't listening to you. And so what do we do when that happens? We put people on pedestals and point fingers. It's your fault. It's all your fault. I'm in pain because of what you did. But I'm trying to tell you, Kennedy might be awful and hateful, but she's just the tip of the iceberg, and her departure does not signal change in any meaningful way. Firstly, how would you think Star Wars is going to come back? You really think they're going to retcon everything from the past 13 years? Shareholders would hate that. That would be a colossal logistical problem for the Disney company as a whole, because it would signal they've been lying to shareholders for over a decade. So that's not happening. The next option is to write new things that overpower and explain the last decade away. And I don't even think Brandon Sanderson could outright all of this garbage. And even if he could, you've burnt your trust with fans, The Acolyte proved there aren't enough shills to fund the projects, and the normies are bored. How do you expect to get any of them back? You can't. You can't get them back. And if any of the classic fans are like me, I don't want to come back. I don't want them to improve and rebound. I want the entire company to go belly up and collapse. I want Bob Iger's legacy to be the man who killed Star Wars. Because after all these years, that's what they all deserve. No, we spent years hoping and praying that there are secretly stealth ninja assassins working in the background of Lucasfilm trying to save Star Wars. Everything's gonna be fine, you guys. Dave Filoni and his dogs are gonna save the day. Jon Favreau is gonna save the day. George Lucas, who's 432 years old, is gonna come back and fix the sequels and make more movies. Give me a break. It's like watching reality TV. We all get so excited for the stories about making stories, we forget that we all have the power to make our own stories. It's not one person or two people or three people. It's not just Bob Iger. It's not just Kathleen Kennedy. It's the entire operation. It's the entire industry. It's the people working inside the company doing the busy work that keeps the company going. And they're all bought into this mindset of narcissism and selfishness and hedonism. And really, it's not just Disney. It's a byproduct of corporatism. Corporations that are uncaring about human beings and the emotional impacts that art has. They don't see Star Wars as art. It's just product. And I'm not the first person to say this. People have joked about this for years now. But it's true. I don't want Star Wars back. I want Star Wars to burn. Kathleen Kennedy is not the boogeyman all the YouTubers have told you she is. She's just one of the many chosen faces of the twisted corporate machine that hates you and I and wants us to stop thinking and keep buying. That's why my message for this entire channel is to cancel Disney+. If you want to strike a stake into the heart of the entire entertainment industry, you need to cancel Disney+. It's not just Disney that will take the fall. Everything will. Disney Plus is a $100 billion investment that is built on a house of cards. Disney has bet their reputation and their stock value on the continued success of Disney Plus. This is why they're dedicated to acquiring new streaming platforms all the time, because it allows them to hide the ratings and the users that Disney Plus has. If you cancel Disney Plus and they continue to report losses in subscribers, it affects their stock price. And if their stock price collapses because Disney Plus fails, the free market takes back control of the entertainment economy. Never, ever has a mega corporation been so easily vulnerable, at least to my memory and my knowledge, because BlackRock Larry and his investment dollars are nothing when it's $100 billion in play versus the buying public. Disney is working their asses off right now to hide this weakness, because it is a weakness. The window is open right now, and it will not be for very long. You've been complaining on the internet that Kathleen Kennedy killed Star Wars for a decade. Isn't it time you started using your wallet and not just your words? Cancel Disney Plus. And if you don't have it, or you already have, tell a friend. Tell a family member who is also sick of how pathetic and insulting Star Wars has become. Because if Disney Plus falls, the world changes. But conversations like this do not end here, nor should they. If you're looking for a like-minded community to talk about games and movies and canceling Disney+, join my Discord server. You can get there by visiting fakewizard.com. Until next time, create, innovate, inspire, and for the love of God, cancel Disney+. Excelsior.